Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. It is the life of Jasmine and I'm back with another video. Tonight, yeah, I said tonight because it's tonight where I am, but you may be watching this video during the morning, during the day, whatever. But tonight I will be doing a Q&A with y'all. Happy New Year's to y'all. This is my first video of the year. I just wanted to tap in with y'all real quick and just give y'all updated Q&A. I haven't did a Q&A since this video right here. It was when I first moved out here, I believe, if I'm not mistaken. I think it's when I first moved to Georgia, so it was like 2 years ago was the first time I did a Q&A. But now I'm doing an updated Q&A. I had some people on my Instagram ask me some questions regarding marriage, regarding motherhood, whatever the case may be. I asked them to do anything and I screenshotted it. I actually did this like a couple of days ago. Just a couple of questions. I'm just gonna ask some, so make sure you guys like, comment, subscribe, and hit that notification bell, and stay tuned for the rest of this video. The very first question is, how do you feel your motherhood changed your relationship with your mom? So I feel like motherhood has changed my relationship with my mom in a very positive way, because like I really feel like that's like my dog, honestly. And growing up, like, I don't know, I'm pretty sure a lot of other girls can relate. Growing up, my relationship with my mom was great, but of course, like, we bump heads here and there. Like, it just happens, like, especially when I was going through my age where I felt like I knew it all. I was starting to get my attitude, and yeah, I just thought I was grown. Like, I was just feeling myself a little bit too much. So we had our times, but like, we were always like really close. But now I feel like we're closer than ever. Like, I call my mom about everything. I feel like I appreciate her in ways that I did not used to appreciate her as much. Like, now that I'm a mother, like, I know exactly how she may have felt in a lot of different instances, or why she may did stuff the way that she did them. For instance, I told her, like, I really I don't know how she did it. Like, I commend her with her balance, meaning like, she, like, obviously, so I grew up in a 2-parent household, but like, my dad was at work a lot, and my mom was also working a lot, but she worked from home a lot of the time. So my mom always made it to all of our sporting events. She always went to all of my track meets. She never missed a track meet. She never missed my brother's football game or his track meet, while maintaining the work, while also maintaining to, you know, deal with herself, and also make dinner for us every night, make breakfast for us, take us to school, pick us up, take us here, take us there. Like, she just did it all. And like, with me having 2 kids right now, and I'm not even at their stage when they're in school, I'm just like, how did you do that? Like, literally, how did you do it? Because it's a lot. But stuff like that, like, I just be realizing a lot of things that I never really looked at or paid attention to before I became a mother. And yeah, like, I feel like we're very close. Like, I get to talk to her about anything. I really appreciate her and her support. And yeah, I feel like my relationship with my mom just got a lot better. Next question says, how old was I when I got married, and was I ready? So yes, I was the age I am now. I was 24 years old when I got married, and yes, I was ready. So if you guys may or may not know, because I really didn't do like a full video on it, because it was more of like an intimate thing with me and my husband. But we got married last year, 2024, May. We got married May 10th. We went to the courthouse and got married. We will be having a wedding ceremony next year, 2026, so stay tuned. But yeah, we got married at the age of 24, and yes, I was ready. So I say that because we have been together for, it's about to be 7 years in a couple of weeks, or in a week actually. January 14th is when we started dating. But all that to say, yes, I was ready. I had a kid, obviously 2 kids before we got married. I was just ready. Like, that's my soulmate. I knew already, like a minute ago, that's who I wanted to marry. It was just the matter of timing, and I was patient. Obviously after I had kids, I was just like, okay, like when is this gonna happen? No, but like I knew that's who I was gonna marry, and I knew that he wanted the same thing, so there was really no question about that at all. How has moving to Atlanta from Chicago impacted your life? So it's impacted my life tremendously, moving here, honestly, like in a really, really good way. I wouldn't like say it's impacted in a negative way at all. Like the only thing I would say is me living so far from family now that I have kids, because obviously when I moved out here I didn't expect to just pop out 2 kids. That wasn't the plan, but it happens and I'm blessed for it. But that's probably the only thing I would say. Is just I wish like all of our family was still close now that we have kids, so our kids can grow up around family. But it's impacted my life in a good way, I can say. It's allowed me to be more tunnel vision with like what I want to do in life, where I want to go in life, and be more focused. Honestly, I was just over Chicago. I ain't gonna lie to y'all. I was over it. I was over the scenery. I needed something new. I needed something to help me motivate myself, and I feel like it allowed me to not be so comfortable. When I was in Chicago, I felt very, very comfortable. And moving here just gave me a new perspective on life and my goals and what I want to do and who I want to be. Do you still feel supported even though your family is far away? That's a good question. So yes, I still feel very, very supported. And honestly, pregnant, I was like, I wouldn't say skeptical, because I know I have like a very, very, very supportive family and a huge support system regardless of what I do. But like I was just a little bit nervous, I'm not gonna lie, because I'm like, dang, like how am I gonna do this? Like I've never had a kid and I'm finna do this miles, like plenty of miles away from my parents, my family. But yes, I still feel the support, like, and I feel like I feel it more than ever, honestly, because like my parents are just like amazing, honestly. Like words can't even describe. I talk to my parents almost every day. If I need anything, my kids need anything, me and my husband need anything, they're doing it. And it's honestly support on both sides of our family. So like I feel the support from his side of the family as well as mine. So yeah, like I really, like I said, honestly I feel a little bit more, and I feel like it probably is a little bit more because I'm so far. They make sure that I feel that 100% as well as my kids. So definitely. What were your parents' reactions when you told them about your babies? So when I had my first kid, when I had Drew, I literally told them the day I found out, like the day I went to this clinic to find out I was pregnant, because I took a pregnancy test. That's for one. I took a pregnancy test. It was like a faded line, so like I was kind of unsure, but I was like, let me go check. And I went and I checked for sure at the clinic, and I was definitely pregnant. And I planned it on waiting. I planned it on waiting for a couple of like weeks, but my man was thirsty, so I ended up just telling them. And honestly, it was kind of like, they didn't like react like in a negative way. Like my mom, she didn't believe me. Like the very first I called her and I was like, I gotta tell you something. And she was like, what? And I was like, I gotta tell you. And she was like, what? And I couldn't say it. Like I literally could not get it out of my mouth. I'm so childish, y'all. So as I was on FaceTime with her, I literally texted her. I was like, I'm finna text you. I can't say it. And she was like, what are you talking about? And I ended up texting her. I was like, I'm pregnant. And as I'm on, and she was like, you lying, you serious? And I was like, yes. I had got up and went in the room, and I had told her I was finna call my dad to tell him. Why would I call my daddy? She literally had walked in the room smiling, so he already knew like it was something. And I ended up telling him, and he actually called it like 2 weeks before I found out. I had said I wasn't feeling well, and he was like, he just made a joke about like, you know, I work with girls like every day because he is a track coach, and he was like, I work with girls every day. You need to go check on something, or you got something to tell me. He said something around those lines, and I was like, no, like why would you say that? Whole time when he mentioned that, I actually was pregnant, but I didn't know. But yeah, so he was just like, you know, you gotta get ready, like it is what it is, like you gotta get ready for it, you know, we here for you. Like my mom, she just couldn't, I think she was like a little bit in shock, but also like, you know, and after that, like immediately after, it was like on go mode for her. She was ordering me pregnancy pillows, she was ordering me every single pregnancy book, like to educate me along myself and my pregnancy. She was doing everything, y'all, like telling me what foods I should eat. Like she was on top of it, like literally the entire time. Doing stuff in my baby shower, like planning for the baby shower. She was just on top of it ever since like I told her I was pregnant, like getting me everything that I probably didn't need or thought I would need. She was just still getting it. She was on top of it. And then with Janai, it was like, I really kind of forgot how they reacted when I told them I was pregnant with Janai. But yeah, honestly, my mom claimed that she knew. Like when I told her, she claimed that she knew I was pregnant with Janai, which I don't believe, but they both said they knew I was pregnant with her. And then my dad was like, I thought you said that was your last one, because I swore up and down after that pregnancy, I was like, I'm never having no more kids. And they was like, oh, I thought you said you was done. I thought you said you was done. But yeah, how do you feel about making holidays your own as a mom and wife? So honestly, y'all, that is probably one of my favorite things. Like that's probably one of my favorite things now that I have kids. I feel like they've made holidays a lot more exciting, especially Halloween and Christmas and Thanksgiving. Those are like the three main holidays, obviously, but Christmas is like, I was just telling this to one of my cousins this past Christmas, or they were like, you know, Christmas just not the same for them. Like the vibes are just really different. It's just not the same. And I was like, honestly, like I can't relate, because having kids make it 10 times more exciting. Like I didn't even care about what I got for Christmas or like anything regarding myself for real. It was really just about my kids. Like I want to see them happy. Like I can't wait till they wake up in the morning. I can't wait till they see all these presents. It's just like a lot. It's a different vibe, and like I'm in my like decorating like type of vibe. So like during the holidays, especially Christmas, because that's my favorite holiday, like I love decorating the house, putting little stuff up. They're not old enough to do the elf on the shelf, but I really can't wait until they get to that point to where I can start like doing little stuff like that, like elf on the shelf, leaving Santa's out for leaving cookies out for Santa, and then doing little stuff for Halloween or whatever the case may be, because they dressed up for Halloween but they couldn't go trick-or-treating because I don't give them candy. But it's definitely made like me feel like a lot better, and as a wife, like it just makes me feel good, because hey, I don't know, that's just one of those things where it just makes you feel good. It makes you feel more family oriented around the holidays when you have like a husband, kids, and it's just like, y'all, the vibe is just like 10 times better, because I'm always cooking like for Thanksgiving or for Christmas. I'm always in the kitchen cooking, and the kids playing, and Bae's either coming to mess with me or doing his thing. It's just a vibe. I really like it. What's one thing you wish you knew before having kids? One thing I wish I knew before having kids is probably I don't know, that's a good question. One thing I probably wish I knew before having kids, how it can like really detach you from yourself. That's probably one thing, because a lot of people were kind of like telling me when I was pregnant, like make sure you take time for yourself when you have your kids, and I was like, just kind of brushing it off, not really paying attention to it. But when I had my kids, I really be needing to do that. Like, I never knew how much alone time meant until I had kids, literally. Because before I had kids, I was a very, very clingy person to my man, to anybody I'm like really close with, like to my dad. I'm a daddy's girl, so like I used to be very, very clingy, like even to my brother. Like, I'm a really clingy person, and I always want to be up under someone. But now that I have kids, I feel like I've detached myself from being as clingy. I'm still really loving and stuff like that. I'm just like less clingy, less like overly affectionate. Like, I like literally dread for my times to be alone. Like right now, like my kids are asleep, it's sound asleep, no sounds. I dread for these moments, like, because during the day it's complete chaos. You got loud noises, you got whining, y'all already know. But when the lights is out and they sleep, this is the time like I really take for myself to just relax. I can either be up on TikTok scrolling, writing stuff on my notes, reading the Bible, on Instagram, watching YouTube, whatever the case might be. I just take this time to really just like soak into myself. And I don't care how long I be up, and I got work in the next morning, but I really, really appreciate this time. So I really feel like that's probably one thing I wish I knew before I had kids, which like to take time for myself, even though like I said I was aware of it because people were telling me, I just didn't take it serious. What top 3 to 10 things do I love about the season I'm in right now? So I would say one being, I love that I've been getting closer to God. So I grew up in the church. I've always had a relationship with God, but like any other person, I'm normal. I have my times where I fall off, but I feel like right now it's like one of the times I've been the strongest. So that's when my motivation, my relationship with God, marriage and my kids, of course. And yeah, that I've really like starting to take into like my self-love, my self-care. Like I'm really starting to like pay attention to that, because y'all, like, you would literally lose yourself after you have kids if you like don't pay attention to it. And that's a whole nother subject. But if you're a mom out there, please take time for yourself. It's very well needed, because you literally, it'll drive you crazy. And a lot of people are like, you know, it's not like I'm alone, because I literally have my husband, I have family, like I just have a huge support system. It's not that I'm alone. Like, you can have a million people around you and still feel like crap. Like when you're going through that postpartum after kids, like mothers, you understand like where I'm coming from. Like you literally have to be in that state to like really understand where I'm coming from. You can have so many people around you and still feel like empty, still feel like you're just not yourself. And the truth is, you're literally not yourself. You're a whole different person. Your body's rearranged. Like, you just have to start loving this new version of yourself. And that's what I feel like I'm in right now. Like, I'm really taking in, knowing and getting to know this new version of myself, loving it, willing to learn more about myself and like what I'm into now, what best fits me. And yeah, that's like some things I'm really loving about this season I'm in right now. How do you deal with scheduling time for you, hubby, kids, and God? Honestly, I'm still working on it. I ain't even gonna sit here and cap. I'm still working on it, because it's hard. And I think I touched on this in the beginning when I was talking about my mom, and I asked like, how does she balance all of it? And it's hard, y'all. Like, that's definitely one of my goals for this year, is to do better with balancing and doing better with being more organized. Because if you know me, you know I'm a very well organized person, but that is like the one thing that I feel like I'm not as best as it. And a lot of people will probably say like, a lot of people always say like, you're so good with like on a schedule with your kids and this, and like a lot of people tell me that, but I just feel like I'm not at where I need to be, because sometimes I still feel a little burnt out, or I don't have enough time to do certain things. So I just want to like get better with that, and I feel like I'm still working on it, and it still needs of improvement, because I feel like even within my relationship, like we could definitely take more time for our relationship, me and my husband, like doing dates and like doing personal time, and then with God, of course, like making sure I separate specific time out the day to where I'm dedicating it to nothing else but him, because he deserves my full attention without any distractions. So I definitely want to get better at that, and getting my kids on a schedule together, because right now they're off. With Janai, she's only 9 months, so she's not on like a strict schedule how Drew is. Like Drew wakes up, eat breakfast, takes a nap at a certain time, eat lunch at a certain time, goes to sleep at a certain time. And Janai, she's still like in her time where she kind of like takes cat naps here and there. So the goal is definitely to like just have more structure and be more balanced. So I'm still working on that. My last question is, what advice would I give to my 16-year-old self? So I would say do not rush yourself. Do not rush yourself. Like, life is literally going nowhere. Appreciate what's in front of you. Like, take heed to what's in front of you. Like, soak in the moment. Time is precious. Do not rush the future. And yeah, like I feel like that's what I like. I did not appreciate, like, me being 16. Now that I think about it, like I did not appreciate that time period in my life. Like I literally felt like I don't know, like I was just like going through I'm pretty sure a lot of 6-year-olds can't like vouch for that. Like I was literally just going through the motions, like really taking advantage of like all the good that I had. Like I went to a great school, I had like cool friends, like I was really like living the life. Like I was able to do a lot. I was in sports, like I was just like free and just like, so it was just such an innocent time, like literally. But I would literally just tell my 16-year-old self, like, soak that in, like don't rush, because at that time period I wanted to be grown so bad, y'all. Like I literally want to be grown so bad, like grown too fast, child. And now I'm here and it's like, okay, this is a little too much, a little ghetto. Definitely could have waited, definitely could have slowed down. Like living with your parents, if you still live with your parents, child, if it ain't like too much for you, like don't rush it. Like if you literally, no, don't rush it. If you don't have to, don't rush it. Don't get me wrong, like I'm human. Like I know some people literally just want their own space for privacy, and like I always tell people, when I left my parents' house, I felt like that's when our connection grew a lot closer. That's because, like I said, I was literally just trying to be grown too fast. Like I could have stayed there a little bit longer. I just didn't want to follow rules, and I'm old enough to be able to admit that now. But like you would, like if you stay at your parents' house, you could save so much money, stack so much money, and like go so far, like, and you don't have to rush things. When you get on your own and you get into the world, like it's bill after bill after bill after bill after bill, and then you got kids, and it's a lot if you have kids. But yeah, I would tell my 16-year-old self just that, like take heed, soak in the moment, don't rush, like enjoy life, enjoy the people around you, and yeah, and don't take life for granted. But that was my last question, I believe. Yeah, that's the last question I'm asked. But I hope you guys enjoyed this video. It was real cool, real chill. I'm gonna do some more videos like this. I really enjoyed it, so I might do a part 2. We shall see. But I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Make sure you guys like, comment, and subscribe, and hit the notification bell, and stay tuned for the rest of this video on Life with Jasmine. Bye, loves.